John in Cayucos, California. Hey, John, what's up?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
I'm well.
I wanted to, I'm a 54-year-old white guy, born in 61 in Los Angeles, not too far from the tar pits. I think you know where that's at.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to private school my whole life. That's where my parents wanted it. And our private school, even grade school, was probably 20% African-American.
Mm-hmm.
Same as my high school. And most of my friends, I never saw people as black or white necessarily. And I was friends with anyone that was friends with me. And
John, that statement, I don't see people as black and white, is a statement that by and large only white people can make. I just wanted to toss that out and let you chew on that for a little bit. But anyhow, keep going.
Oh, anyway, my best friend in kindergarten was a little African-American boy, and I liked him so much, I gave him a silver dollar from 1886 that my great-grandmother gave me, because that was the year she was born. And so I always, felt I treated people fairly, and that's all I wanted in return.
Right.
But what I found myself doing about 10 years ago was a couple of black girls, teenagers, they threw a bottle at me, and it broke in front of me in a bank parking lot. And I was mad. And I've never done this before, but I got in the car because they ran away, and I wound up yelling at them the N-word.
Oh, my God.
Because they were black.
Yeah.
And I realized I never had done that before.
Right. It's like looking into the pit of your own soul and discovering something you didn't know was there.
I have never used it since.
Yeah.
I used the N-word as a weapon.
Yeah.
And it made me sick, and it still does.
Yeah.
That I did that.
Yeah.
And can you ask you a question?
Sure.
I didn't follow what you said, your comment to me, for me to chew on there.
Oh, you said when you were a child, you were talking about your black friend when you were 5 years old. You said I didn't see people as black or white, and I said that's something only white people can say. And the reason why I say that is because of white privilege. Basically, white people can freely ignore race, and they can make statements like that. Bill O'Reilly loves to say that, for example. Whereas if you're African American, you actually do have to pay attention to the race of people around you because they may represent a threat to you. And
I totally get it.
Yeah. So
I totally get it.
So,
and if I could just add one more thing on that line of thinking.
Sure.
I think racist thoughts and actions against any race, not just African Americans. I think those things are taught. They're not, you're not born with those feelings.
Yeah.
They're taught to you, I believe.
I think it's a confluence of both. I think that we're wired to notice the other, family, community, tribe, nation kind of thing. I think we're wired to notice the other. But there's a big difference between noticing and saying I'm superior, you're inferior, or I'm inferior and they are superior.
Right.
That's when it becomes toxic. So I think that we're wired to notice, and we're wired to notice gender differences too. Men notice women differently than women do, and vice versa. And
sure.
So
I think a lot of it is probably for defensive purposes.
Probably, yeah, and protect the community, protect the clan. Going back tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. And you still see this among indigenous people. Down in Brazil, there's groups of indigenous people that are still basically having wars with each other, and in the jungles, with poisoned arrows and things, and others who are living in peace with each other. But the point is that. But I think that you're right. I think that culture on top of biology have a lot to do with it. So, anyway, thanks a lot for the call, John, and I hope I hope your confessional here helps you resolve your feelings about that. I know my confession at the beginning of this show, frankly, made me feel like apologized or something. Whatever. John, thank you for the call. It's great to hear from you.
I do apologize.
Yeah, good to hear from you. Thank you. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.